Good morning, guys. It's Grace. Today's video is going to be about the backstory of some of my pets. I have Gator behind me, and Sweets is also behind me. She blends in with the tapestry back there. And I have BC over here on this side taking a nap, like always. So anyways, let's get started with the video. So I'm gonna go in order kind of when I got them. So first would be Delilah, one of my dogs. We got her from the pound actually. Me and my sister went to a birthday party, one of our friends' parties that lived down the street from us, and while we were there, my parents went to the pound to get another dog. We had a dog at the time named TJ, who passed away recently actually. But anyways, so we had him already, and then my mom and dad decided they wanted to go get another dog and went and got Delilah from the pound, and surprised us when we came home. Then we got Gator. He's taking a nap now. My mom found him on the street when we were at school. She was on her way to come pick us up and saw him running in the street towards the cars, so she pulled over and opened the door and he just jumped in. And then I remember she brought him to come pick us up. We were very happy about that because our family is just very animal oriented. And we made posters, put up signs everywhere. Nobody called, so we ended up keeping him. We've had him for a long time now. We found him when we were in elementary school, and I'm in college now, so a long time we've had him. The next animal we got was Sweets, who we also found on the street right by our house. And my old house was surrounded by desert. There was no houses out there. There was a gas station, that was it. If you wanted to buy anything that wasn't at the gas station, you had to drive 30 minutes to get there. But anyways, we found her in front of one of the houses out there, and I remember my sister had to get on her hands and knees to get her to come up to her, and we ended up taking her home. She fell in love with Gator almost immediately, and we put our phone number in the mailbox of the house that we found her at, and we wrote a little note saying, like, we think this is your dog, we found her, if she is your dog, please give us a call. And they did call us and said, like, oh, I don't remember what they said, something about, oh, you found our dog or something. And they called my mom. She didn't answer because she was at work or something. Then we called back later when we had time, and they didn't answer, and they haven't called back since. And we've also had her for a couple of years now, and so clearly they didn't care that much about her if they never called back. Those are my dogs. If you want, I can tell you how we found TJ. Or we didn't actually find him. TJ was the first dog we got. And my mom got him from a breeder because he's a puggle, which is half pug, half beagle. And my mom wanted one of that kind of dog really bad, so she bought him, which is completely against our nature. We try not to buy animals, we just try to rescue them. But he was an exception. And all of our other dogs that we rescued. So anyways, then our cats, we got Ginger, who we also don't have anymore. She was roaming around my cousin's house, and he would feed her and give her water and stuff like that, and they asked us if we wanted to take her in, because they knew we were animal people. And we did have other cats at the time, but they have passed away since then. They were old. And so we took Ginger in, and we've had her up until recently also. And then we got Kiki and BC, who's over here. Kiki wasn't here a little while ago, but she left. Anyways, we got both of them from the place where we board our horse. And one of the ladies, or I think there's a couple of ladies actually that also board their horses there. They were taking care of Kiki and BC, like feeding them and letting them go in their tack rooms and stuff like that. And they had decided that they wanted them to have a better home and asked us if we would take them. And they told us to be careful because they, Kiki always tries to escape, because I guess somebody else had tried to take care of her before and she escaped, and after 3 months made it back to the ranch. But anyways, so we took him in. Kiki never tried to escape. I think it was because she had BC with her, because they're like best friends. And I remember once we had Kiki, she got outside and was hiding under one of the cars and wouldn't come out. But the second we brought BC out, sorry, again, I need to figure out a better way to hold my camera up. Anyways, so when we brought BC out, showed her BC, and she came right out from under the car, went straight back inside. So I think BC's the reason why she stays here fine. She doesn't try and get out and run away. And then we actually got Gerald next. I was gonna say, I thought we got him before BC and Kiki, but I don't think we did, now that I'm saying it out loud. Gerald was the cat we got next. We found him in our driveway. I remember my dad came inside and told me there was a cat outside, and he thought it was one of ours. And I was like, okay, so I went outside to look, and I was like, that's definitely not one of our cats. But I literally just got down on my hands and knees. He came straight up to me. I didn't have to do anything to try and get him to come up to me. He let me pick him up, no problem. I brought him in the house, and I went knocking on door to doors to see if he was anybody's cat, and they said no. So now we've had him for a couple years also. Nobody's said anything. So I also have a turtle named Franklin, who I've had for a very long time. He was when I was in elementary school, my mom was part of the PTA, and she worked there as like a playground supervisor. So she was close with the teachers and stuff, and he was a class pet for one of the teachers, and she couldn't take care of him anymore. So she asked us if we would take him. We did, and he's been here for a very long time. He's probably the pet I've had the longest in this house. I also have a snake, which is actually not my snake, it's my friend's snake, but he keeps it here, and I help take care of her. She was one of my friend's friends. He was her owner, and he was trying to get rid of her because he didn't want her anymore. And he knew that my friend liked snakes and stuff, so he asked if he wanted to take her in. He said yeah. Well, then him and his mom had a little disagreement about this snake, and so she ended up coming to live here, and so I take care of her with the help of my friend. So I also have 11 fish, I believe. I have a 100-gallon tank in my room. You can probably hear it right now. I don't know if you can. But I have 8 fish in my 100-gallon tank. Yes, they do all have names. Yes, I am that pet owner. I do name my fish. I can tell them all apart too, except for 2 of them. But that's a different story. He had a little brown spot on his forehead, and it went away. So now he's full orange, and now I have 2 that are completely orange, and I can't tell them apart. I actually have 3 completely orange ones, but one's a lot bigger than the others, so I can tell him apart. And then outside my bedroom door in the hallway, I have 3 more fish in a different tank. So they are, I wouldn't consider them rescues. I mean, one of the fish out there we got at, is actually my sister's fish. We got it at a cheer banquet, and they were centerpieces, and they raffled them off to the cheerleaders, and my sister wanted one really bad and didn't get one, so she convinced one of the other girls who didn't want one and won one to give it to her. So now we have that fish. All my other fish I did buy from various different places, so I do like to consider them rescues. Actually, the 2 that are in this tank that I can't tell apart are actually fair fish, which I consider being rescued, because I know that there are people out there that probably wouldn't agree with that, but I consider rescuing them. So, all the other fish I did buy from a couple different places, so those ones aren't really rescue, but, you know. I also have a horse, which I did mention. She wasn't really rescued either. We got her at an auction that they have around here somewhere. I don't know where it is exactly, but because one of our friends rode horses, and she got us into it, and then we were, I don't know if I'd use the word borrowing, but we were riding her horses, and my sister decided she wanted one of her own, and so we went to the auction and got her a horse. We still have her. We've had her for a long time, but we board her on someone else's property, because we don't have horse property. We don't have anywhere near enough room to keep a horse on our property. So, and I'm pretty sure we're not allowed to have a horse here anyways, so. I believe that's all my pets though, and I will put pictures of them at the end of the video. I'll put some. I don't know if I'll include everybody in there, but I'll try. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Go watch some of my other videos. I will link to them at the end. And make sure to help spread the word about my videos and support, YouTubers. I will see you guys on Monday. Thank you.